looking at yet another mild night as we've had a stretch of very warm temperatures and really mundane weather across the area. This weekend's going to be no exception to that rule as we've had lovely conditions continuing, and the latest observation from the airport has 65 degrees, still pretty muggy out there, and winds out of the west-southwest around 10 miles per hour. Viper radar remains dry, and that will be the case for your Saturday too. And Saturday is going to be just a warm day again, starting off 57 degrees. Highs get towards that 80-degree mark. So thing to note, the record at Savannah Hilton Head International Airport is 80 degrees set back in 2015, and we're going to likely reach that. And if we exceed that, new daily record. But bottom line, a mix of sun and clouds expected for most of the day. So across the region, on the wide scale we still have high pressure centered over the west coast of Florida. That's driving the weather pattern really, but there's a Clipper system moving through the region. That's bringing a winter storm to portions of the mid-Atlantic states. For our region, just simply going to reinforce the westerly winds we've had and allow for that offshore wind to take place. Now, once we get some of those clouds out and we get a lot of direct sunlight, the combination of that and keeping that sea breeze offshore is going to allow those temperatures to become quite warm yet again for the area. Now, Sunday, a bit more modest cloud cover plus winds out of the southeast off the water are going to keep the temperatures down just a touch, but we changed that all into Monday, and we're awaiting an Arctic cold front moving through the region. But first, strong southwest winds are going to allow for another warm day, and an incredible streak of above average temperatures continues. By the afternoon, a line of showers and maybe a rumble of thunder or two will move through the area, but this will be a quick hitting line of activity, and this will not bring any appreciable rainfall for our drought situation, unfortunately. And as this moves through, cold front's going to bring a quick clearing and strong northwest winds behind it, and it's eventually going to bring the change for a very cold one at times next week. Fireplace is certainly going to be needed for some of us as once we get these mild morning lows out of here, which that sticks around through the weekend. We go into next week, these morning lows get down into the 20s for a lot of areas with a hard freeze 2 nights in a row expected for some of you inland. Afternoon high temperatures approaching the 80-degree mark and even lingering in the 70s through the start of next week. Take that out of the equation by the time we get towards New Year's, ending 2025 on a frigid note, especially Tuesday being quite cold with breezes still sticking around. For tonight, winds out of the west will be fairly light, around 5 miles per hour, 57 degrees, partly cloudy, fairly mild for most of the night too. And then we get into the day. Saturday, records could be threatened at the airport, but otherwise, mainly just going to be looking at another warm one where you need to get out and enjoy it. Winds on the water will be manageable, 5 to 10 knots, 2-foot seas linger as well. On to the extended forecast, we do have some changes inbound. So first of all, a warm weekend continues. Then we get a few passing showers in on Monday ahead of a cold front. That eventually knocks our temperatures down with several freezing mornings inbound, with Tuesday likely being a windy and cold morning. Wednesday is going to be a particularly cold morning with a hard freeze likely for many of us, especially for inland communities. Thursday brings a hard freeze inland and freezing temperatures to just about all of us to start off the new year, and we're going to have a very chilly start to 2026. And even into next Friday, still going to be quite chilly. So we need to really take in these warm temperatures, Isabella, because it is going to be a shock to the system by the start of next week.
I don't like when you say a hard freeze. That makes me a little nervous when I have to go out in the morning and I have to warm up my car. But I did like the little fireplace stuff you were talking about. I love a fireplace. I love a fireplace with watching sports, watching a good movie. I know Christmas is over, but I do love a good Christmas movie. All right, next is some sports.
The Clemson Tigers look to extend a historic postseason streak tomorrow.